This is the Cardinal Cowboy Show.
Giddy up! Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the Cardinal Cowboy show. This is the Cardinal Cowboy. This is going to be the toughest show of my life. We're going to do a memorial, a tribute, a show dedicated to one of the most influential people I've ever known and that many people have known. He has impacted the lives of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or even millions of people on this planet. But today, we are going to talk about a leader in our community that's been around, and he finally is being lifted to the next level, if you will. His name is Braxton P. Rethwisch, and he happens to be my dad. Many people wonder, where does this Cardinal Cowboy thing come from? But it is an iteration of the original Cardinal Cowboy hat. I'll have to go find. Actually, I will grab that while we play a video. I remember I'll jump up to play. I've got the original Cowboy hat. This is the new Cardinal Cowboy hat, and with the Cardinal Cowboy logo. But the traditional one has the STL on the front of it. And I originally took that hat from my dad's closet as a kid, and it was something that I felt would help a lot of people just enjoy and have fun, and we just turned it into a fun philanthropic character that runs around here in the St. Louis area and has really had an impact. There's a lot of people who know why I do this. Some people don't realize, but I was fortunate to have survived a coma caused by a drunk driver that ended my professional baseball career aspirations, and with that, they wrote me off. And if it hadn't been for my father, I'm very certain I would not have recovered from that horrible, tragic accident. And so he got his wings this last Sunday at about 6:50 p.m. Got a call from my mother. He started to cough, and she said, "I got to go take care of him, but we'll talk more about this. I want to talk about this." And he called back in a few minutes and said, "Get down here." And he ended up gaining his entrance to the big baseball park in heaven. And so we are excited to announce that, that's where we know that Braxton will spend eternity, and we all just hope to join him there someday, because he had a huge impact on our world, on our community, on our lives, and thousands of people. So we're going to kind of go over some of the impact and just some of the awards and accolades and just the lives of the people, some of the lives of the people he's touched. And we're going to talk about them live here in the Cardinal Cowboy studio. So I'm going to go ahead and, as I like to do, this particular stream is going live on the Cardinal Cowboy channel, which is where most people are watching. It is streaming live on my Cardinal Cowboy, my Carter Reth. We got about 1,000 videos out there on my Carter Reth, Cardinal Cowboy YouTube, and we're recording this locally, obviously on my computer like we always do. So with that, take a moment, comment, like, share. All of those are good things that help us to get the word out for the good, positive things. And today we just decided we've got to do a tribute to the man who's helped me gain my background, my excitement, what it is that has helped me to become the character that I have, that I hope has a positive influence on all the people that have happened to run into me and we get to hang out and enjoy life with. So let's go through a few of the slides here as I've created quite a bit. I might even stand up to get out of the way, but we pulled the table all the way up to kind of get more room and show the full extent of the TV wall here. So I'm just going to start clicking through some of these slides that you can see here, and these are a tribute to this man right here. As a matter of fact, right now I am going to stand up to get out off to the side over here, and kind of just let you guys see. We'll even pull out these chairs. We got 4 chairs. We've only got 1 on set right now, but with that, let's talk a little bit about it and share a little bit about Braxton. So as you can see here, I'm actually going to go back to that first slide. We'll talk about Braxton P. Rethwisch. Braxton Rethwisch, born August 22nd, 1942, on Earth until November 29th, 2020. His wife of 55 years, Judy Rethwisch. A lot of people do. My mother, she's rather famous for her accolades as well. But the two of them made a pretty powerful and amazing team, and it is really just an incredible tribute to have such a powerful duo between these two, and to call them both my parents, right? And so it's like, boy, if I end up messed up or screwed up, how could that be possible? I've got the support of two incredible parents, and given that accident that I went through, it was a lot, and they're the ones that really helped to pull me through that. So let's talk a little bit more about it. You can see here, as a matter of just some of the detail, well, then let's go over the rest. His son, myself, Carter Rethwisch, 48 years old. My sister, his daughter, Christine Nye, she's now 44. I always know her age because she's exactly 4 years younger than me. He is a legend in the industry with regard to college admissions. 5 scholarships he's got named after him, dozens of awards for helping college kids, over 4,000 students he's helped to enroll in college over now it's 53 years. And again, from August 22nd to 1942, when he was born, until November 29th, just a couple days ago, 2020. Married for 50 years. On his anniversary picture we took, it ended up being 55 years they were married. And a picture of him and I at my sister's wedding, and another picture of him and I at the Cardinal game, and there's my sister in there too, and we'll share some more of these pictures. We'll go over just a few of his many awards. This is another one. This is when they did name a couple scholarships after my dad that are presented every year to a couple kids who are deserving and have applied, and they select to be the recipients of scholarships. They'll pay for their college education, and it's really neat when we got to hang out together at this event. That was at Westport Plaza. Here is one of the accolades that this is pretty cool. This is the Braxton Rethwisch Scholarship. This is from the Missouri Association of College Admissions Counselors, and this is the requirements you have for this. If you know anybody that would like to apply for this particular scholarship, go out here, Google search Braxton Rethwisch Scholarship, MOACAC. You will find it, and every year they're giving these to a few kids that are deserving in the state of Missouri. Very, very cool what they put together based on. This is another tribute. This was done by Central Methodist, where he did work for it was 52 years total, and they did a tribute to him. He passed away he was at age 78. He had just had a birthday in August. Another cool award he did receive is the Government Relations Award, and this is award for those who've been involved with the government, and that obviously on a national level. This is a national award for helping people, helping college kids, because college is a national entity, and there's a lot of dedication that goes towards that with regard to the government, scholarships and grants and programs, and college universities that are public schools and private schools and all of that have to be, there's legislation and government entities that are involved with that. And they give an award for somebody every year. You can see up to, this is the last award they did, was in 2019. We're still in 2020. And this award was first given, you can see as you have to scroll down the page, we took some screenshots of that. First ever award was given to my dad in 2001. So pretty neat, just for a guy who has really gone out of his way to help just make the world a better place and help. You talk about how you want to fundamentally give somebody an advantage. Information is power. Information, knowledge, resources that they can tap into, that they can internally store and create and be creative and help other people. That's what life is all about. So it's really neat that this particular award was given to him. We all flew to Washington, D.C. I recall I was in my teens, I think, or early in college when that was granted to him. I was just a couple years out of college. 2001. I graduated in '98. So very cool. Another tribute. They did an article about him in the Columbia paper, which is the nearest city to Fayette, where Central Methodist is located. A lot of know where Mizzou is at. But the Columbia Tribune wrote an article, "Admissions Officer Marks 50 Years at Central Methodist University." And that's kind of a unique accolade. Not too many people work for 50 years, but if you really enjoy what you're doing and you're impacting lives, it's not about the money, that's for sure. And you end up really contributing something that has a major impact. And when you do the math, and I'm a math guy, I do a lot of data analysis for my clients and et cetera, you go 4,000 families that have been impacted because those people who went to Central, he got admitted there was 4,000 of them going to have families, and then their kids, and then the next generation. And it ends up being, you do the math on that, that's just to be, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, especially when you start talking about the national awards and a couple other things we'll talk about here in just a minute that really had an impact, that made a huge impact on the college tuition and collegiate admissions industry and all those who do go to college. So it was kind of neat. I've done well in my position at my job. We have a large company, about 1,880 so sales reps, but there's about 5 regions, and I've been the #1 rep in the company. Overall, #1 rep in the company for as for the particular namesake of our company, the product that we offer, and just because I had such great leadership, and I really like to help people and help them understand this whole digital internet marketing. But our regional vice president sent me a personal text, and he said, "I'm sorry, and your dad was a great guy," et cetera. And so I just wanted to read. This is my response, and it kind of dovetails into some of the awards that are other accolades. An important thing that my dad managed to help establish on this little planet while helping do what he loved to do, what he went to school for. But if you don't mind, yes, he changed the college admissions world. Pops set up the National College Fair program. It had been in place, but was fledgling, to say the least. And he turned it into essentially a potential, it was a profit-making piece of the organization. They can't claim the profits as a nonprofit, but they generated revenue by setting it up with incentives. And he described to me how that was set up, and the idea he had to say, you have the schools, they get paid for the colleges that come there because you're giving them the venue, and then you make a little money off the, offering the college day fair at your high school or in a large venue, and it ended up generating a lot of revenue for the national NACAC, and it just really made an impact so that they could continue to put on those college fairs and make it a successful program to help a lot of kids gain the information. How many people have been to a college fair? That's what this is all about. He also helped to integrate. He showed me the paper he wrote about this to dictate this, and then gave it to the president at Central Methodist at the time, President Howell. And he integrated, for the first time, the junior college, for understand, the junior colleges and the colleges, you just went to a 2-year college and then you go and pick where you went. Well, he set up a program where they actually, the first time that they became integrated, where your credit went towards the degree for that associated college. And Central Methodist was the first to do that, I believe, with Mineral Area College, I believe. And now it's been duplicated around the country. And it's really just made a great impact to help a lot of kids to move from that 2-year to a full 4-year degree. And he wrote that, and it got implemented. He's received, like I said, these national awards of all kinds. And I have a lot of catching up to do if I'm going to do as much to contribute as much as my dad has. And to me, that's really what it's all about. The money is fine. It's great that you need to make money to survive, but you have true happiness by doing this and helping people. And that's what we like to emphasize. I like to help people understand and why I believe I came through my coma. I'm on my way via this awesome company that I work for. So here are just a few of the pictures that we've accumulated over the years. And a lot of people do recognize that my dad did go with me to the Cardinal games periodically. His stroke was pretty detrimental 5 years ago, almost 5 years. It was December 15th. I remember the exact date, 2015. And it was a very difficult situation. But I was there right by his side, doing what I knew I had to do because he had done that for me when I came through my coma. And my mom argues that he may not have survived that had I not been there to do that and been by his side. And we pulled him through, and then my sister contributed, and he stayed on this planet. It was, I marked the years in terms of when I was 43. You seem very young to have a parent pass, right? But because we helped him to make it another 5 years when the kind of brain stroke to brain bleed he had, the survival rate was 55%. That meant 45% don't even survive. Of those who do survive, it's not a good lifestyle. But he came through and was walking and got to enjoy life. We went on a cruise together. I hate to take vacations because I'm always want to work, but it really was a matter of spending some time with my dad, and that was an incredible venture, and just the guy got to live another 5 years, and in due time, and we've all struggled a little bit with why and how, and did this have to happen, but you know, it was his time. He's up in a better place, and we get to now live and breathe freely, knowing that he is now enjoying watching baseball with his buddies and having a cold one without having to struggle to get around and breathe and eat and the conditions he dealt with when he was here. But some cool. This is when I got the award for help for the Bob Emig Award. It's actually over here on the wall. But he came out for that. Kerry Robinson came out for that with me. There he is. We're at the game. He was big in the Rotary International and was the president and had done a lot of stuff there. We're in front of the trophies here with Ozzie Smith's facility, and got our pictures there because a lot of people. I was a shortstop. I was diving all over people. I'll never forget. A gal asked me in the mall, "Are you the guy they call Ozzie Smith?" Because I was known for making some pretty spectacular plays, and that was because my dad would take me out and hit me thousands and thousands of ground balls. Nobody did that. That's why I talk about it. If you want to get good at anything, you got to practice, 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 and that's what sets you apart. And then my dad at another event where they were honoring him as related to the college admissions, and that was really very cool that they kind of honored him. So with that, you know, lots of other cool things to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and share this to one of the big groups that we're in, and we're going to post that there. So you can check this out. I'm going to share it to my personal page. I'm going to share it to my dad's page, and I hope that everybody sees this. And please make comments, please like, please share, please enjoy this as we continue to share the life and excitement of a man who really impacted a lot of lives. The actual funeral details. This is the Cudis page where they talk about November 29th, 2020. Survived by the people you see listed there. And I'm friends with the owners of Cudis, and they do a great job. Another cool honor for him was he got an honorary PhD. He did finish his dissertation and all of his coursework for his PhD. But he didn't write he did everything, but all but dissertation, they call that, right? And he a lot going on in life and had to help raise me and do a lot of stuff. But he did do that, and then it was interesting because later then they said, hey, we're going to give you that honorary PhD, or honorary doctorate, because of all the people he impacted. And you can see this is on stage. This is where he gave the commencement speech, 2017, May 13th, down at Central Methodist University. And I helped him up on the stage and made sure, and there's his wheelchair behind him in case he fell. And we gave him a little intro so that people understood. His speech was a little slurred, but he gave a great speech to inspire a lot of people, and that was really cool. This is another cool speech, and this is how I like to remember him. But this video was shot before he had his stroke. So I'm going to play this clip real quickly, and it just kind of gives you a good taste of how eloquent and well-spoken Braxton is. I always refer people as how they are. They're not really gone. Their energy has changed from in a physical form here in a body to somewhere else. The spirit that we will meet again, as we like to say. You cannot destroy energy. It only changes form. And this young man had quite a bit of energy. So we want to help exonerate that and exemplify that, I should say, and help portray that. So with that, we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you, do a little quick play of that video for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy this quick clip where he talks about Central Methodist.
Rethwisch, and I've had the good fortune to represent Central Methodist University for a long, long time, and I've seen how this institution has changed the lives of so many people that I passionately believe in what we do here. The thing that's unique about this place is, if you talk to the people who are here, they didn't come here because it was inexpensive. They didn't come here because it was easy or close. They came here because they're looking for an opportunity. And if you're one of those people who's bold enough to say, I'm willing to step aside, leave a lot of things behind, and go to a place where I have a chance to grow, then this is a place where you ought to be. And we're here to help you do that.
So there that was, and now we will, and this is the college that he obviously
Established in
worked for many
1950.
years. So let's go up to our next clip here. We're going to close that. And I want to share everybody just a little bit, as you can see, kind of a well-spoken gentleman who did a lot to help a lot of people. And we want to help share a little bit more of the message he got. He gave a lot of emotional and inspiring speeches. So the next little clip we'll share with you guys is it was a cool one because this is where he talks about the mindset of success. And so with that, we want to help share that as presented by Braxton Rethwisch and the mindset of success.
Jimmy Barnes died. Our son Carter was in the hospital for 5 days on life support. And we did everything we could. He came back to school, finished the semester. But his mom wanted him to, and I knew I didn't agree, but she was trying to do the best. Let's bring him home. We did. We went back to St. Louis U, graduated on time. But I'll never forget a conversation we had when I said, now Carter, here's the way you have to, you take this, you dig in, you give it everything you get, you can't let up. And he was a willing participant in all this. And I said, let me give you an example. And back in my earlier days, I was approached by some colleagues that asked me to run for vice president of our National Missions Association. Well, one of the other candidates was from a big university, and I didn't. My buddy said, come on, you can do it. And I guess that Moper mindset set in. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Well, I did it the Moper way. I did everything I possibly could, and I'm explaining to my son, you can't let up. You can't leave any stone unturned. You have to. And I had teams organized, and they'd call on the delegations from the different states, and we had handouts, and we did all sorts of things. And that's the way you have to approach this. And I remember he looked up at me and said, Dad, what would you have done if you'd have lost that election? And I said, until this moment, it never entered my mind. But I had that Moker inspiration to do it, and it ended up being 3 of the best years of my life. Met people from all over the country, did great things for the admissions organizations, and so forth. And so, but the thing I want to leave you with is there is a mindset that goes with being a Moker.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that because, I mean, I do not know too many people who've had, like I said, the kind of influence that this young man has had on so many people. And I just wanted to share it with people. I had a bit of a discussion within the family, and it's a lot to take on when somebody passes and all the changes that come about. But I felt as though it would not be fair to this little planet if we didn't help to demonstrate, because it does draw attention. It causes, it's a little extra work. It's more confusion. There's other things you have to deal with, but I feel like it's very necessary that you share with this planet. If you work hard, if you help a lot of people, you can be respected and enjoy a happy time on this planet where you've really made an impact and feel as though you've really contributed. Because all the money in the world, all the fame, none of that really matters when it comes down to it if you're not happy. And I can tell you, both of my parents, and I know for sure my dad, had spent all of his life being very happy because he spent all of his life helping people to become educated, to become informed, and understand what this little planet was really all about, and what it takes to impact lives in such a way. And he took the time and put the energy forth to dedicate his entire life to that. So we would kind of want to share that with everybody. So let's go on with a little bit here, and we'll go to, we got a number of other slides. We could talk about this all day, but here's the actual Visitation life celebration information. It's going to be at Kudus in Afton, the Afton Chapel. It's 10151 Gravois. It's Thursday, December 3rd from 4 to 8 p.m. Then on Friday, December 4th at Our Savior Lutheran Church in Fenton. That's at 1500 San Simeon Way at 10 a.m. until the service at 11 will be a pre-viewing, and the internment at Park Lawn Cemetery will follow. So give you that information as we continue. I have to go into a couple quotes that my dad was famous for that he really helped me to understand and appreciate. And it's really neat when you have somebody so inspirational. Like I said, it never seems to end. It never seems to be something that just goes away. It is a constant effort, a constant reminder to everyone of all the important mental strengths that we need to have and the focus people have. I stand right here. It looks like I'm wearing the hat, right? But so here's a couple famous quotes. These aren't originally from my dad, but they were quotes that he used on a regular basis. And I'm going to even throw in more that I just thought about that we'll talk about real quickly. But one I remember most, and I finish all my speeches when I speak to groups and organizations and churches and businesses, and I just like to finish with these because they're so powerful. First one is, it's not the error that causes you to lose the game. It's how you respond to the error. And think about that. How often there's something wrong that happens in life, and then what do? Do you give up? Do you wallow over and fail and continue to wallow? Or do you get up and strive and work harder and go after and bounce back and learn from what had happened? And that's so important. And this is why this one is, it's not the error that causes you to lose the game. It's how you respond to the error. So critical. Next one, really powerful. If you think you can, or if you think you cannot, you are correct. And boy, isn't that the truth. You can't even get started. It's so much about confidence and taking the chance and going after it. And even if you fail, bouncing back, like we talked in the previous quote, but you've got to go after it. And if you think you can, your body is going to go after it and prepare for what it can do. If you think you can't, your body is preparing for what it knows it's going to have to do for failure. And it sets up for that. And you don't want to set up for failure. You want to set up for success. So that's why if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you are correct. I'm going to throw in another one that I didn't put up there, and I should. I could edit this live. I might even do that. We're kind of impromptu here at times, but I think it's a really important one. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit how we can even do some live production, right? And I'll get our mouse over here, so I just click on it and click escape. And I'm going to go and type this one in right now. And excellence is achieved by doing a little bit more. All right, excellence is achieved by doing a little bit more. And that one to me was so critical because, and there it is. And I meant to put that below. We just talked about that. But we'll put it right in the middle now so we can emphasize it. Excellence is achieved by doing a little bit more. So many people think excellence is just people that have incredible ability. They're way beyond average. They can do everything, things that nobody else can do. And it's just not the case. The truth is, if you want to be successful, if you want to make it happen, don't quit when you just get the job done. Don't just barely contribute enough to finish it. You want to do a little bit extra. Where you see there's a corner that can be tucked a little bit better. You can see there's a little bit extra work that will make this thing shine. You can see a little bit more you can contribute to elevate it just a little bit. But it's that consistent a little bit more. You want to talk about how you can make a 365% improvement? Just improve, do 1% more every day. And in over a year, you will have had a 365% improvement. Excellence is achieved by doing a little bit more. Finally, the one on the bottom, we got our trophy we added here last minute. No one remembers the forfeits. And how important is that? No one remembers the forfeits. And I always thought that was kind of a joke when my dad would say it, because how many times that we would play with a guy that was younger than should have been on the team, or you had somebody, you were playing shorthanded, and whatever it might have been, or but you get out there and you make it happen, I think is the actual point of that. Whether you've got enough of a team or you didn't get the stuff turned in at the exact, you just keep going. You're missing something didn't work, you just keep going. If you quit, that's when things go really bad. But if you go on and get it done, just go after it. No one remembers the forfeits. Kind of a fun one, and something I remember him being famous for quoting as we stand here and we got our hats on, as you can see there. This is probably one of my favorite all-time pictures. This is me I think I'm probably 2 years old here. But my dad built his own bulldozer. It's a mini bulldozer. It's got a lawnmower engine. It's got treads. You can't see the treads in this picture, but that's an actual mini bulldozer. And he used it with the gear shifters and all the stuff, and he created that himself. But that's me with my safety construction hat on, and he's got one too, and we're sitting there together. Here's another fun pic. This is not too long ago. We would take my dad to cards gaming, so he's got his harness around him here because he had to hold him so he didn't fall. But we would get him out into the world and enjoy everything, and he really enjoyed that because 55% of people do survive, but life is not at all, and they stay at home and vegetate and deteriorate. We didn't allow that to happen, and he got 5 exciting years of going out and really still enjoying the world, going on vacations, going to Cardinal games, completely retired. And I just love this pig because his little smile there, the best he could do given the stroke that he had, and just my little stance next to him, we're sitting together, and it just to me was a neat picture and one I'll remember for the rest of my life. This is one of the more eclectic ones, if you will. Braxton was always known for wearing a sports coat and a tie. Didn't matter where, and he helped me to explain that to me one time. He said, "This is my office. Inside here, I got all the pockets of my timer or my scheduler and everything you need, pens and to run an office." Essentially, he always had it in his coat, but he always wanted to look professional too. So here we are at the Cardinal game. Not too many people wear a sports coat unless they're one of the owners or high-level security or whatever. I don't know hardly anybody that does, but he would go to a Cardinal game, and he's known for even said, "Dad, we're going to go to the beach. What are you going to wear?" And he would show up on the beach sometimes. Maybe it was because he just got off work, wearing his sports coat and slacks. But an incredible guy, and this is out in the bleachers at New Bush, and one of the best pictures I had with my dad at the Cardinal game. A lot of memories that people do create at the Cardinal games, right? So that is it. I thought we did have one empty slide there, but I'm going to finish with this particular slide as I believe, and I might even go back one to share this one too, because it's kind of just a tight, neat shot of both of us doing our thing there and enjoying the game together in a more casual sense. But if you will, take time, if you care to, go to Google, type in Braxton Scholarship, and it'll take you right to where you can donate. And that link is actually in this post. We'll link it in the bottom of this post. But you can donate to his fund that every year gives those scholarships out. And they're grants that are already contributed to that, money that comes in from big companies, or big contributors, I should say, that help make that happen. But every year we can add to it and help more kids go to college in his name as an honor to him. And I think he deserves that because he's done so much to help so many kids go to college. You can see on our table here, we do have an American flag. Dad was a big believer in America. He loved our World Series trophy stuff. We made a lot to have fun with. And one of the things you'll notice he always has, and you might be able to see it in this picture, if it's in there. There it is. Yeah, it's barely down here at the very bottom. You can see it. He always has an American flag pendant on his jacket, on his sports coat. And so in his honor, I've always been wearing one of these also. So I will get a tighter shot here. There we go. And you can see there's that pendant. I've got about 20 of these I bought in a little pack, and we just put them on all my jackets, all my Cardinals jerseys, Cardinal Cowboys jerseys, and wear them all the time. And finally, we do have, and I've got, the weather gets colder, we ended up setting up to get some Cardinal Cowboy apparel, and if you like to support the cause and would like some apparel, we recommend you can check this out, and you can get your very own Best Fans in Baseball STL, and on the back you can see that. But this is pretty cool. I'll be wearing this tonight as I have another stop to make after this, And there's a bunch of this apparel available. I'm going to share with you guys and show you guys on the website. If you go to cardinalcowboy.com and take a look, there are some really cool items that I think that most people would have a little excitement and fun with. And so I'm going to pull up, there's the, but if you go to Cardinal, there it is. You go to cardinalcowboy.com, and a portion of almost everything I do with it, we raise any money with, we do have leggings that are cool. It's going back into what we do in the community and to help different charities and organizations. So it's cardinalcowboy.com/garb, and then you can just take a pic of all of the different items that you see here, and we'll take some of this money and donate to my dad's scholarship because we want to keep it known that baseball saved my life. I believe it helped me to pull the ventilator of my own throat, and if it had not been for my dad's love of baseball, I would not have gained the skills that I did by playing such a competitive level. And get yourself some. This is the old original red Augie Busch hat that a replica of the one I stole from my dad. And this is where it started it all. I still know where I took it from his closet at the house that we found him laying on the ground next to. But it's just, the guy was an incredible resource to help this world and make a difference and make an impact on our world. So do check out Cardinal Cowboy and Braxton P. Rethwisch, and hopefully we can all make a little bit of a difference and encourage a lot of people and make an impact on this planet like my dad did. If you just make a little bit of an impact, boy, do you end up, if we all communicatively, effectively do a little bit, the impact overall is tremendous and huge. So shout out to Braxton. He's my hero. I love the guy. I'll always love him. I'm glad I made it through this whole interview without breaking down as I begin to, but thanks everybody for tuning in, and please share and like this video as we can hopefully spread the good love and support that my dad attributed to his time on this planet. And I know I'll see him again someday where we can all hang out together, support each other, and watch baseball right there with the big baseball in the big baseball stadium in the sky, and each other's company, all while doing so. All right, everybody, have fun, and we will see you all again soon. Like, share, comment, and let us know if there's anybody you think that deserves to be on the Cardinal Cowboy Show. Thanks, everybody.
This is the Cardinal Cowboy Show.
Giddy up!